welcome you to another exciting episode of Pens in Use. This week I have a Wing Sung 698, I have a Waterman Carene, I have, and I can never get the letters straight, so I'm using my cheat sheet, SKB F20 Penton, a Lamy 2000, Pilot Justus 95, a Esterbrook SJ, that's a standard size, Platinum President, and my beloved Centropen 100820. So, let's get started on these pens. So, I'll write my date here with the Wing Sung 698. Today is September the 8th, 2017. And I feel like that needs to be a little closer, but I'll just warn you. The rigors of being back to school and this camera being a few years old have just about done it in. It about needs a crutch. So, I did a judicious amount of glue to repair it. But for your sake, I think I'm glad I'm ordering the new setup soon. But I kind of assumed this would be left at school to work. And that may not be the case. So, yeah, I'm not sure where I'm headed with that. Alright, so this is a Wing Sung. All the reviews I've been seeing seem to focus on... Oh, this is a fine. Seem to focus on the demonstrator. I actually had a demonstrator for a brief while, but I decided I actually like this plain gray color a lot better. So when I get to the review, I'll talk more about that. Just have to look because I can't remember what the name of the ink is. This is Atramentis. Aubergine. I did not eat any eggplant this week, but I will be eating eggplant next week because several more are about ready to be picked. Which reminds me, I haven't done a garden video in a while. I'll switch to my Waterman Carene. This is supposed to be ship-shaped, which I'll talk about in my review. Amber finish. I think it's very attractive. I wish I had a little bit better light in here to show you, but I'm still at one light, although the new bulb is on its way. I finally ordered it. I just couldn't take this anymore. Also, by the way, the new setup is on its way for filming the writing samples. So hopefully this won't be an issue anymore. Well, it may still be an issue next week. And the ink, of course, is Noodler's Antietam. I really am surprised how much I like this pen. It's everything I don't like, but I like it. Okay, this little fella. I was actually going to film the review on this pen sooner. I'm just adjusting the exposure slightly for the writing sample. I'm going to try to do it here on the computer, so I don't knock the camera around. There, let's see how that works. Oh, it looks a little better. I'm kind of limited what I can do, and now I see it's overexposed. But anyway, I love this pen. I actually was going to film a review. Oh, there's a drawback to demonstrators. I was going to do a review of it. Then I started having it run dry, and I'm like, what? What? So I emptied it out, and we're going to try again. So this is I don't know why I can't remember these letters. SKB. Ooh, wow, that's... See, if I could turn off the auto exposure, I think that would be perfect. Ooh, auto exposure lock. Let's see what that does. SKB, I don't know. F20 Penton. So I just found a new control now that this is at the end of its life. I wish I'd known about sooner. Maybe if I'd tried operating on the computer instead of on the camera, I might have found it. So this is Lamy Coral, which was a special edition several years ago. I like the clear feed, and this ink is just gorgeous in this feed. I mean, wow! Let's see if there's an auto white balance while I'm here. Because a lot about this sucks. Pardon my French. Well, I don't get too many choices. Do we want to go with yellow on black? Inverted black and white? Sketch? Black and white, inverted color? Ick. So, apparently no white balance adjustment. So, we'll just go with this. Sorry about that. I had some hopes there for a brief instant. As always, I'm using my Lamy 2000. For the last few years, this drank a steady diet of Noodler's Black. This year, I decided to switch to Lamy Black. Oops, this is a fine point, not a broad. I love the broad, though. But it's no good for daily use writing. And so far, I'm really enjoying the Lamy Black. It does not behave well, as you probably saw in Pens in Use maybe a month ago. Does not behave well in a music nib, at least the Platinum 3776 music nib. Alright, this is a fun pen I haven't inked up in a while. My Pilot Justus 95. I'm feeling like maybe I need to revisit some of these old pens that I've kept. And this would definitely be one. This is a fine, but I have it set on soft because, let's get it here. You can see there's an adjustment knob and a little cantilever that controls stuff. Alright, and the ink is Sailor Spinach. What? Sailor Jentle Epinard. One of my all-time favorite inks. I just love that dark green color. And I'm really hoping Sailor doesn't discontinue it again. I almost am tempted. I have a spare bottle. I'm almost tempted to get another one. I'm usually not like that about inks, but I just love this color. Can't explain why. Wouldn't mind a car that color. Alright, this is an Esterbrook SJ. It's standard. I don't have one over here, but I have this inked up because I'm planning a review on it. It's a little smaller than the other Esterbrook, and then there's a pocket-sized version also. So this has a relief nib on it. One of the things I think is cool about the old Esterbrooks is you can swap nibs to your heart's content. This one, oh God. Okay, so this isn't the best light. I'll just throw that out there. I need better light to read this thing. Okay. 2314 medium. I wish I'd written that down ahead of time so you didn't see me doing that. Awkward. But that's a relief nib, which means it's cut at a slant. Kind of like an oblique. You can't really tell there, but just trust me. And what do I want to say about that? The ink is Kyo-iro, which one of these days I need to do another set of ink reviews. Ohara's Morning Snow, which is a sort of blue-black that I like. Sort of a pricey blue-black, which is why I don't use it all the time. But I like to use it in a nib that'll show it off. So this is a nib that will show it off. So voila. All right, my new love in my life, my Platinum President, which, by the way, was paid for entirely by your views through the advertising dollars. And fun fact on that, sorry to digress just slightly, I was looking through my Pens in Use and my videos. I kind of keep track what do people watch, what don't they watch. I'm up to, I think, 700 and some views on one of my Pens in Use. And it is, they're not allowing advertising on that one because of objectionable content. And I rewatched it tonight thinking, well, what did I do? And nothing. I mean, it was one of those where all I did was talk about pens. And objectionable content is sexual content, bad language. I don't know if I've ever done any sexual content on any video. I'm pretty G-rated. I'll admit I've let a word fly here or there, but nothing real bad. So, and so I contested it, and they say, well, we'll review it when it gets to 1,000 views. So, whatever. Some automated thing. Once again, trying to go after the small producers like me. Now, what I kind of wish is I could move this over a little bit because this is very uncomfortable. And several of you have noted that my handwriting isn't the best when I'm writing under this camera. I'm hoping when I can slide the notebook around to write, it'll be easier. This is a broad, which I had ground to a cursive italic. And the ink is Noodler's. The color Royale. I corrected some 8th graders' work with this pen this week. Of course, they didn't know the difference. They're 8th graders. And then my last one is just my beloved Centropen, a Czechoslovakian pen. And I know I got in trouble before saying it's Czechoslovakian, but it is because it was made in the 1960s when it was Czechoslovakia. And, by the way, almost empty. Wait, I didn't see that pen last week. Exactly. Because when I ink it up, I use it. And it gushes ink. Because this is a very wet, very wonderful writer. When I think pens of the communist countries, I don't think of this. The ink was actually a wonderful gift from a viewer. I'm not sure if she wants her name mentioned, so you know who you are. I'm really appreciating it, and it was a great match for this pen. Your thank you is written with this pen and this ink. I just need to get down. I just need to pick up some more stamps so I can mail it. It's really no good to mail a thank you letter and have it be postage due. So I got to get on that. But this is Pelikan Violet, which is a really nice ink. I mean, it's one of those standard inks nobody gets excited about, but it's just so nice looking. And this pen really does it justice. I mean, look, it's still not dry. So pens in use almost didn't happen because I had a dentist appointment today after school. So as soon as I was able to leave work, because we have to stay a certain while after the kids leave, I immediately packed my bags and went rushing to the post. I did go there, but that was after the dentist's office. To the dentist's office, nothing exciting, just cleaning and all that, and post office, grocery shopped, and came home. And of course, I walk, so I was on foot, so I was definitely rushing because, to get to the dentist's appointment on time is not easy because you have to cross the whole town. It might be a small town, but it does take a while on foot, especially carrying all your school bags because you're not planning on going back to work. Well, got home, sat down to do the review, and I said, wait a second, all I have is the Lamy 2000 that was sitting here. So I ran down to the school to grab the pens, and here they are, my babies. I wasn't doing much writing tonight. I was actually on the computer typing up a test, and, presentation rubric. 8th graders have been working on a project since the beginning of the year, and they're going to be presenting it next week, and, you don't hand out handwritten stuff. You want it all typed and very neat and professional looking. So that's what I was doing. But now schoolwork's done. Time to relax before I go to bed. Weather is cooling off, which is nice. It did get up to the... I don't know if this is true, but it definitely said 94 on the bank when I got done with the dentist, and that would have been about 4:30. So it's warm. I think I'm probably sweating a little. Biggest thing that I'm noticing is how dry the air is today. I mean, I have been guzzling water all day, and I'm right now, after all this talking, I want to guzzle some more. And I'm just so flippin' thirsty today. And we're under a fire watch because of the drought. So some parts of the country are much worse off than me. So I'm not feeling sorry for myself. I'm just stating the way it is here. I hope all my viewers in Florida and in Texas are all right and have found a safe place to be. So I have nothing more to add tonight. Oh, actually I do. On the way back from school, I saw beautiful big moon rising kind of at the end of my street. I tried photographing it, but of course my good camera not this one. I don't film this on a very good camera. My good camera was at school because I have a football game tomorrow night to photograph, and I just left it there from the last game I photographed. So, yeah, we'll see how this camera did when I take this video off. If there, I might, now that I've told you about it, I might just put a video or a picture or two at the end, or I may just omit this part entirely. So, hope this was interesting, hope it was useful. Thank you for watching. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.